What up, what up, what up? Hello, YouTube. Good evening. So, in a few minutes here, once we get a few people in here, we'll get into tonight's topic, which is street takeovers and what I think the cops are going to do to start trying to shut that stuff down. I mean, that it's not really anything new, but it seems like the cops have raised the stakes recently with some stuff. So, like I said, I'll give it a minute or two, let a few people get in here, and then we'll get into it. I feel like this thing is crooked just a little bit. So happy Saturday night. Looks like we had one and now we're back to zero. I don't know. I don't think that counter's exactly accurate all the time. It might be on a delay or something. Excuse me. So what's up? What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? Going to talk about street takeovers, or they were known as like the sideshows, where they take over an intersection and start doing like burnouts and stuff, showing off their cars, kind of thing. There was recently a bunch of search warrants that were executed in regards to these street takeovers. 51 different addresses were raided in the high desert and San Bernardino, and several arrests were made. Like 23 cars got impounded, and several weapons were found as well. I wonder if anybody's getting alerted to this thing, because nobody's really popping in. YouTube's been kind of funny lately with the views have been down. I'm not necessarily doing anything drastically different with the channel, so I'm not sure what's going on. Welcome in. So tonight we're going to talk about street takeovers and what I think the cops are going to do to try to curb that. See, we're getting a few more people in now. Welcome. Hey, what's up, Smokey Bear? How you doing tonight? Good to see you again as well. Hope you're doing good. So we're talking about street takeovers, also known as sideshows for people that live in Northern California. That's what they refer to them as. Same general concept. So a bunch of cars show up somewhere and basically take over an intersection, and then they do burnouts, and people hang out the windows of the cars and stuff. And just recently in May in San Bernardino, they busted up one of these street takeovers on Highland and Victoria. If you're familiar with that area, you know that's down by San Manuel, the casino. And a bunch of people ended up vandalizing one of the sheriff units, and there was a 15-year-old boy that was charged with public vandalism and attempted carjacking out of that. And what they ended up doing was they ended up serving 51 search warrants in San Bernardino in the high desert and several other places. And they arrested a bunch of people, adults and juveniles. And I think what they that they may end up. I made a video about this earlier, and I think what they may attempt to do is, like in the 90s, what we used to cruise. It was different. Late 80s, early 90s, we'd cruise. We'd go somewhere and cruise up and down the road with a bunch of other people that were doing the same thing. And now these street takeovers are like a modern day version of that, I guess. A lot of young guys, they want to show off their cars and stuff. And, what they did, not necessarily to break up the cruising, but what they did back then was they started dropping all these gang injunctions where you couldn't be, there couldn't be so many of you that were from the same area, basically, or else you could be arrested for that, even if you weren't breaking the law. Just, you were basically breaking the law just by coming together. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go that way with this. And that's how they end up breaking this up. And, a lot of people say, well, they're not gangs. But, I did some research on what needs to be present to constitute gang membership. And basically, it needs to be 3 or more people utilizing similar symbols or tattoos and, breaking the law, basically. Hey, what's up, Bread Loaf? Hope you're doing well tonight. So, 3 or more people committing crimes using similar symbols. Now, these car clubs, they tend to use symbols to signify that they're part of that car club. Well, in Adelanto recently, there was videos that were posted to social media of some car clubs had come together and they were, what's up, Haney Perez, Trayvon Wright, how you doing? So, yeah, they were in Adelanto. These car clubs had come together and they were making videos for social media, which, big mistake in my opinion. My guitar collection, I don't have one. But what's up, G? G's in the house. So yeah, in Adelanto, they did like a street takeover kind of thing, like on some land, like a dirt area, I guess it was. And they made videos for social media, and they had those things. I can't really use those words on YouTube, but I think you guys know what I mean. And they ended up doing a bunch of raids on people and made a bunch of arrests, impounded a bunch of cars, and I think it's all stemming from, on May 11th, there was a street takeover in San Bernardino that I mentioned earlier, and yeah, it is all dirt over there pretty much. But in San Bernardino, when they did that street takeover, when the sheriffs and the other agencies came to break it up, some people rushed one of the sheriff's cruisers and vandalized it. And there's a 15-year-old now that's being charged with attempted carjacking, public vandalism, and a bunch of other stuff. And then they did all these raids. So I think, the posting on social media, like that's a new generation thing. I'm from the previous generation where, we didn't have camera phones and all that stuff back then. But, you post that stuff on social media. It's not just homies that are looking at that stuff. Law enforcement pays attention to this stuff too. And, basically, like I said, I did a video on this earlier about the street takeovers. Be sure to check that out. But, ultimately, the video that you take that you think is cool and is going to get a bunch of views and stuff, is going to be the video that's going to be played at your trial. You know what I mean? So I strongly suggest that, if you're out there committing crimes, don't videotape it. There's always somebody that's going to pass that information on to law enforcement, and you're going to end up in trouble. So anyways, I hope everybody's having a great start to their weekend. If Mopar took his RC car, we wonder if Mopar took his RC car to the takeover. That's a good one. Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of the topic of tonight, the street takeovers. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing injunctions on car clubs to, squash some of that stuff that's been going on. So I don't know. What do you guys think? And do me a favor, if you guys are subscribed, I don't know. Gee, somebody asked to see my guitar collection. I don't play. I'm not musically inclined. But yeah, what do you guys think of the street takeovers? Is it amusing? Is it a nuisance? What do you think? I see a lot of people, they'll gather in places with their cars and have it's almost like an impromptu car show. And, I don't see much problem with that, but yeah. G says, I think the dude standing in the crowd jumping over cars is retarded. Yeah. It's all fun and cool until you get smacked with that, AD, what you talking about, bruh? The word tonight, Q, we're talking about street takeovers. And they just did a bunch of raids recently in regards to those street takeovers. Some stuff had happened in San Bernardino where a sheriff's cruiser got rushed by a bunch of people in, right, Ramona? Hey, let me give a shout out to my mods, Q and Ramona. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. So thank you for what you do. You see the videos of people getting smacked by the car? Yeah. Or people flying out of them? Exactly. Are you butthurt, 80? No, man. Well, we got one tonight, it looks like. I don't know what AD's on. Apparently he's butthurt. So, if there's anything you guys want to talk about tonight, feel free to throw a topic out and we'll talk about it a little bit. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that's subscribed. We just passed 1,300 subscribers. Appreciate you guys. We're growing. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And I was talking to a friend at work recently. If you see this, you'll know who you are. And maybe he did. Let's talk about Hooked on Phonics, AD. Talk about smoke quitting. Yeah, you want to turn those two words around there, buddy, if you want it to make sense. Good job, though. Thumbs up to you. It's always the one that don't have a profile pic, that wants to sell soldier, basically. It's all right. You don't bother me. But yeah, I was talking to somebody at work. Let me get back to that real quick. And, uh, I was, YouTube's funny. Sometimes you get the views, sometimes you don't. And one of my partners at work, AMG, says, "Are you broke? Bobby, are you broken? Who broke you, brother?" No, I was broken. This is Broken Bobby's transformation. And yeah, I am transformed now, brother. I'm doing well. I mean, I could always be doing better, but definitely, I'm substance free going on 20 years, and I don't really drink or anything like that. God bless you as well. So, anyways, let me finish that story real quick. I keep getting distracted with these comments, so bear with me for a minute if I don't answer anybody's questions or anything or respond to anything. But I was talking to a guy at work, feeling, kind of feeling like, it's hit and miss with this thing. So make sure you hit that notification bell if you're subscribed and hit all. That way you'll be notified. When I drop a new video or I go live or whatever. But yeah, I was talking to this guy, and like I said, I was kind of concerned, not really getting views, like on certain stuff, and there's highs and lows to it, right? Sometimes video after video is just hitting, and then video after video, like, I can't give it away. You know what I mean? But he was telling me, he said, before you got on YouTube, what's the most people you ever told a story to? And I said, not very many, you know what I mean? Like maybe a handful, small group or something. And he said, you got like 1,300 subs, bro. Like a bad video is getting like 100 views or something. A good video is getting in the thousands. So your message is getting out there. Stick with it. So you know who you are that told me that. But yeah, so shout out to him. I appreciate that. I don't know if you want me to put your name out here or not, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. But you know who you are. I don't know how we got on guitars, guys. I don't know the first thing about a guitar. After I got my CDL, I got a book and tried to learn how to play a guitar, and yeah, that was an epic disaster. So, but yeah. So let me see if I missed anything here. AMG says, working through my own struggles with whiskey myself. I was a whiskey guy for a while there, AMG, to be honest with you. I enjoyed the whiskey as well. It's just one day at a time, bud. Like it's difficult. And, the thing is, I always tell people, uh, you know, reach out for assistance if you're ready. Uh, I was somewhere today with a family member that was seeking medical care, let's just say, okay? I don't want to say too much, but somebody came in, and I happened to be sitting close enough to where I could overhear the conversation. And he said he needed some help. This is an regular urgent care. And, I guess he didn't want to say, but the lady that was with him said he's detoxing. And looking at him, I couldn't tell, you know what I mean? But, with certain substances, and sometimes if the alcohol problem is bad enough, like you need that help with detoxing. So I would say, if you're ready, definitely reach out for some help because, just trying to cold turkey, it can be dangerous. So, uh, you know, uh, so I guess we were talking about guitars. Q says the best instrument is my first. I've been playing 23 years now. G says, WTF did the guitar talk come from? I don't know. AMG's Spyware 13 VAST. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Uh, hopefully he keeps the help. Yeah. 2015 to 2022. Subaru STI? Is that like, I don't understand. Is that like the best car or something, maybe? So, yeah, the topic we started on, though, was these street takeovers. Okay. It's a car for a edit, Spyware 13 says. Oh, okay, and AMG answered that for you. Okay. Yeah, it's very random tonight, right? He says, I used to snort drywall when my sack went dry. they don't seem to be having much issues with it. Don't get dry on these streets anymore, man. Shit's so saturated, But uh drywall when my sack went dry. Wow. Uh, were you snorting off of the drywall, G, or were you breaking the drywall up? Oh, what's up, Joel? Joel's in the house as well. That's sick. So yeah, were you snorting off the drywall, G, or were you crushing the drywall up and snorting the drywall itself? That's the real question. And was it half inch, 3/4 inch? Was it like the restroom stuff that's a little more moisture resistant? It made my nose burn. Got a little rush, then major headache. Damn. I did drywall when I was younger. Not like G did. I hung drywall, let's just say, okay? B-Town's is in the middle of a takeover. 3 gangs are battling for it. Oh wow. Active down there, huh? Yeah, I think the streets are real active right now. I noticed the last couple nights coming home, I'm seeing a lot of sheriffs. I never used to see them because I come home really late at night or early in the morning, depending on how you view it. I usually get home around 4 a.m. And I never used to see any cops at all. Now they're like all over the place. And, like I don't use anymore, but like those old instincts kick in. Yeah, you're right foot general. Yeah, like my instincts just kick in. I see a sheriff at 3:45 in the morning, and like I tense up, like, oh shit, like what's he doing? Even though like I really don't honestly have anything to worry about. Like I'm not living that life anymore. But you know, before when I was in that lifestyle, I'd see the sheriff and think, "Fuck, is this about to be a chase or?" Because I was dirty as hell, and you know what I mean. Cops are out fishing. Yep. Yeah, they're out looking. Luckily, I mean, the main street that I come down, like there is some traffic out at that time, but and they're looking more for the tweaker cars, the headlight out, the tinted door, the different color door, like the stuff that makes you stand out. and there ain't nothing about my car. It's not new or anything, but it's up to par. It's legit. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and check out my playlist. The channel is based on sobriety. Uh, I tell war stories about. Sorry, I'm in the comments again, but yeah, it's based on sobriety and where addiction took me. You know, uh, I did a war story about Orange County the other day, and for I used addiction in the title. YouTube don't like that word. They right away they hit it with ad suitability, which basically means that it's going to be limited in how much it's shown in people's feeds. So like I had to change it to where my bad habits took me rather than where my addiction took me, and the ad suitability went away. So I appreciate that, Rifle General. I'm gonna do my best not to read the comments where people are talking smack to one another, unless you just say something utterly hilarious, in which case then I will have no choice but to read it. So, but yeah, I appreciate that, Rightful General. Yeah, life is pretty decent with sobriety. Uh, like I said, it could always be better. I haven't checked those lotto tickets yet. I might be a millionaire, so if those numbers came in, we'll definitely be doing a giveaway here soon. I'm not holding my breath though because I don't want to turn blue, but we'll definitely kickstart that merch. Oh, and for those of you that have been around, I had mentioned when I got my first YouTube check, I was gonna have some merch made. Haven't got a first YouTube check yet. I got you, Q. I got you. Definitely. But yeah, I haven't got a first YouTube check because you have to hit $100 threshold. And unfortunately, in my first 2 months of being monetized, I have not hit that yet. I think we're going to hit it this month. So definitely go check out my playlist and run up those views. Help me out, guys. And if there's any particular topic you'd like to hear about, definitely let me know. And I can work on something. I've been kind of sticking with, I'm trying to do like more current event things, crime and prison related. I mean, I only have so many prison stories I can tell, guys. You know what I mean? Like I did 2 years in the pen, and I did probably another 5 or 6 in the county. G says, "What do you have to do to get paid from YouTube?" First, you have to hit 1,000 subscribers, and then you can apply for. It's called ads, and then based on AdSense, you get paid. You make like $4 for every 1,000 views, give or take. It just depends on the content, and like it varies. A lot of times it'll say $6 or $7 for 1,000 views, but it ends up being $3.50 or something. So I haven't quite figured out what makes it more and what makes it less, but certain topics get better ads, I guess you would say. And unfortunately, most of my stuff is within the criminal aspect of things and recovery, and it's just not a real popular, high paying, I guess you would say, aspect of YouTube. So, yeah, that's what. He says, "Who does the ads?" It all depends. Different companies that want to advertise products or whatever can advertise. I don't really get to much say in who does it, but if you watch one of my videos and let it run, you'll see what kind of ads they're putting in there. And most of them are skippable. You know what I mean? So could be just about anything on there. But so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, G. Joel's gonna get mad. Coke the other day and car insurance last week. What the hell? I'm not sure what you're referring to there, sir. Shit, car insurance is more expensive than Coke. In Cali, anyways. That stuff, those rates really shot up. I was thinking about doing a short the other day. I've been doing more shorts. I try to make those more motivational. And oh, okay. Oh, I guess the ads are Coca-Cola and car insurance on my videos. Okay, thanks, Q. I appreciate that. I I do not know. But yeah, so that's like I said, if you guys are new in here, be sure to subscribe. We just surpassed 1,300 subs, and shout out to you guys for that. I appreciate it. Um, only on 2 of them, the ads are pretty random. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I imagine it can be just about anything. Like I follow several other YouTubers, and their ads are kind of all over the place. It could be, you know, uh, like big pharma type stuff for different medicines, or political campaign ads. You know, so yeah, I'm just seeing what everybody's up to tonight. Like I said, I got that video out right now about the street takeovers and where I think the cops are going to go from here with that. I think there may be some injunctions passed to where people can um, congregate. You know what I mean? Where it becomes criminal to congregate. They did gang injunctions like in the 90s, I think like the late 90s, and there ended up being gang enhancements added to criminal activities that gang members were doing, and something you would do that might, get you a couple years, all of a sudden you'd get a 10-year gang enhancement, and everybody ended up going to prison for 80 years or whatever. So, uh, yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, but give me a quick second, guys. I need to run and get a refill on my drink real quick. I'll be right back. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Ugh. the hell's going on here? All right, well, I am back. So want to give a shout out to the moderators that help with this and helping to contain the trolls. Ramona, Q, Coco, and I want to give a shout out to my wife, the sexy Latina, who makes a lot of things possible. So she's the real MVP. Did you ever meet Miss Marez, Bobby? No, I don't know who that is. So, yeah, and I appreciate everybody that's subscribed to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? There she is. She's in the house. Did I ever... I don't know what you're talking about, G. Yeah, I don't even know what G's talking about. I think he's been sniffing some of that drywall again. Might have to get him a detox. Oh, my Lord. Who are you talking to, G? So yeah, the I better run, huh? Oh my God, man. So what was I gonna say? We're talking about the street takeovers, and I don't know. G threw me for a curve on there. I'm not sure what he means or who he was talking to there, but yeah. So the street takeovers, and you know, I really wouldn't be surprised if they started doing gang injunction type things with that to make it basically illegal for those guys to congregate. Um, you know, it. I don't really have an opinion on that. Really, yeah. I don't know what. I don't know who made that comment, Joel. Was it G? I don't know. It's too far back in the comments at this point. So the lady in the neighborhood, her name was Mrs. She messed with all the young boys, asked Joel Mariz. Oh, wow. Okay. Shouldn't have started reading that one. Okay. But yeah, I don't really have an opinion on the street takeover thing. I mean, as long as nobody's out there getting hurt or anything like that, when they start bringing out the things and messing with that, though, that's going a little too far. But it don't really affect me. It's kind of out of sight, out of mind. But I did see that they did a bunch of raids recently in San Bernardino in the high desert in regards to that. So it sounds like they're starting to crack down on that. And, where can this go, basically? You know, it if it becomes too much of a nuisance, yeah, Q, you're right. Yeah, there was video from Atalanto that led to a bunch of raids going down, right? And they ended up impounding a bunch of cars and arresting a bunch of people. So exactly, you tell them, baby. So yeah, it sounds like they're starting to step up their game to crack down on that stuff, and who knows where that could lead. But anytime they do a bunch of arrests like that, they're just trying to get people to roll on other people because they don't want the small fish, they want the bigger fish, and that's pretty much what I think is going down there. So they bust somebody on something super minor that's never been in trouble, and they go in there and sing like a canary and say, "Oh, well, my neighbor sells heroin," type of thing. And then next thing you know, they're kicking in the neighbor's door. So, but, when they do these big federal indictments with these organizations from prison, that, there's not really, uh, you know, uh, there's not really a need to go out and arrest 100 people. But the thing is, out of those 100 people, some people are going to tell on other people. So it looks like Mars Queen says, "I'm still sober and going strong. Thanks to you. Thank you for doing what you do. It's been almost a month." That's awesome. Congratulations on that. That's really good. Keep it going. The thing is, it can be done. So, really, Joel. But yeah, I mean, that's what the channel's about. It's sobriety. You can get clean. So, that's the objective with this stuff, with me telling my stories and everything. You know, uh, my life was a friggin' mess for a really long time. Like I wasn't a good father to my kids. Uh, you know, hey, and what's up, Blue? He says I would go sober, but I like doing drugs too much. That's the thing. If you're not ready, you're not ready. It don't matter what they do. If you're not ready, uh, then nothing anybody says is going to change anything. So, but it's a process, and when you are ready, there's definitely help out there that can help you to achieve success. So, but yeah, so you know the we've been talking about the street takeovers, and it's something that's been going on for a while. It seems as though they might be starting to crack down on that a bit, and when it's all good fun out there and stuff, then I appreciate that. Um, as long as there's this. G says I used to slam coffee, right in the vein, huh, bro? Damn. I used to drink cold coffee when I was in the county. Is that kind of the same thing? I couldn't get hot water to save your life in LA County Jail. I see there's. Hey, I heard Ryan Garcia got arrested for vandalism. I seen that on the news a little while ago. Uh, Maybe I'll do a video on that over the weekend. I got to gather some more information and see what exactly happened. But Yeah, I seen that flash across the screen. I was doing something else at the time, so I didn't really pay that much attention to it. But I was like, "What the hell? Like, what did he vandalize to get arrested?" I mean, nowadays, yeah, I don't know, Q. It seems like nowadays in Cali, shit, you could just about kill somebody and they're not going to arrest you. They'll just give you a summons to appear in court. you know, so yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the circumstances were of that. If I find out more, maybe I'll put out a video tomorrow on that. Uh, what's up, Ghost Powder 007? He says, Bobby, you're the best, bro. Much peace and prosperity. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, Ryan Garcia in the news again, and then what about Tyson dropping out of the fight with uh, with the Paul guy? Is it Logan Paul or is it? I always get those guys confused. I don't really pay too much attention to that kind of stuff, you know. Man, Diddy needs to be taken in or out. Jake Paul, yeah, with Jake Paul. But I heard that they're gonna bring in what's his name, Wilder. Uh, that guy was a pretty good boxer. He's a big boy too. I don't know. I don't know if Jake's ready for that. That's a much younger man than Tyson was too. So, I mean, it could be that um it could be one last payday for him too, though, like just trying to uh that's what that is. But I don't know. Wilder was a pretty good fighter. So uh I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think that fight is it next month? But yeah, so some of the stuff going on. Yeah, I was going to do a short the other day, but I don't really want to get into politics too much. But I noticed gas prices are falling too. And, it's funny how good these politicians can be when it's an election year. So, Ghost Powder owner got washed up last night. Was an embarrassment. Was that the UFC fight? Or I don't pay a whole lot of attention to that stuff. So yeah, sorry, I don't follow it too closely there. But and then we got the NBA finals going on. I was a Laker fan until LeBron hijacked my team, so go Celtics. They got game 1. Finish those Mavs off. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place here tonight, huh? That coffee must be good. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Check out my playlist. And if you've been subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell and hit all so that every time I drop a new video or I go live, you'll be notified. Seems like the last couple of videos have been real low. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but keep on pushing over here. We just passed 1,300 subs, and shout out to you guys for that. I appreciate it. If you guys didn't follow the channel, it wouldn't really be a reason to do this stuff. So, what are we doing here? Says Cody Diz. We're kind of all over the place right now, Cody. We started off talking about street takeovers and what I think they're going to do to curb that. Then Gamer C says fake money. Okay. Oh, Gamer C wants some attention, I think. He's one of those guys, huh? Am I kind of zigzaggy? For the love of tacos says they all have ligma. Gamer C's on some fake money stuff. Okay. Okay. On some fake money stuff. Street takeovers. Yeah. Zigzag you. What the fuck? I'm not sure what that means. Are we going to roll it up or what? Yeah, I don't know. They Legman nuts for sure. Okay. I'm zigzagging. Am I zigzagging? Am I getting a bad signal or something? Let me see if I got the. Maybe if I turn the Wi-Fi on, that'll help. Is that any better? Might take a minute. What is? Yeah, I'm not sure what For the Love of Tacos is talking about. Am I still zigzagging or did that fix it? I just realized the Wi-Fi wasn't on. Put up a better battle. Chill tacos are gross. Turn your Bluetooth off. Is it better now? Hey, Gamer C, keep it PG, bro, or you're going to get timed out and booted. And Mars Queen says, and don't forget to hit that like. It helps the algorithm on YouTube and it's free. Definitely. Thank you. I appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new in here and hit that notification bell so that when I drop a new video, you will be alerted. And when I go live, you'll be alerted as well. Yeah. Some of these friggin' comments, bro. Yeah, Gamer C is tripping. I don't know what he's talking about. What? It making you look cross-eyed makes hard to take you seriously. Just focus on the Bobby in the middle. You can't think of the line from the cat. No. Jesus Christ. All right. So is it better or am I still zigzagging? Because we're coming up on the hour mark. I might just shut it down if we're having some technical difficulties. If it's better, maybe we'll run for a little bit here still. I don't know. I'm still zigzagging. Still zigzaggy. Okay. Q says it's better on mine. Let me see here. Don't go. How's it looking now? I don't think we're getting a very good signal. Because how many is it showing in the chat right now? Anybody help me with that? Try going back in. All right, let's go for a walk, people. See if that helps any. We'll get out of here. Is that any better? Let's go live outside. Outside in the night sky. See the night sky? How's that? Yeah, anyways, let's come sit outside and do this. Better. Okay, cool. So, sorry if it's a little shaky because I'm holding it now. But, yeah, so, like I said, this channel is based in sobriety. You know, if you're looking to get clean, there's a lot of help out there that's available, whether it be through Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, whatever. I look like a giant coming out of the crush. I tried to do a flex, but it wasn't wide enough. His shoulders on swole. Wow. Yeah, it's all based on sobriety, though. You know. Joel says, "Me and G don't want you to go. If we can agree on that, that means you can't leave yet, Bobby." see you on whatever that means. Somebody has been. You got any advice if somebody has been sexually abused? Um, I would definitely tell someone. If you are like a minor, I would definitely tell your parents or something. Um, if if you are like a female, I would call the cops. Let them get arrested and let it be dealt with. Uh, I can't condone violence on here, but there's no excuse for those deviant crimes. You know, and seek therapy, as Q said. That's good. But you know, definitely seek some therapy and tell somebody. Like I said, I'm not gonna read the negative comments um, that are between G and Joel. They seem to have their own little dialogue going there. So yeah, we'll leave it. He was being nice, bro. Uh, Gamer, I don't know. You're tripping, bro. I don't know what you're on. Yeah, he does need attention. You know. Yeah, come on. Hit that like button, guys. Make sure. Uh, Gamer C says, "Where you from, fool?" Compton. Yeah. I'm from the Inland Empire, fool. Yeah, I'm from the IE. Grew up in San Bernardino. Yeah, smash that like button while you're in here, though, guys. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. GB getting me on some all serious talks and shit, and then he's just clowning. But we love you, G. Perth, Australia, tuning in. Shout out to Australia, H-Bomb. Hope you're doing well, bro. Q says my YouTube doesn't show the like button. I'm not sure uh, how that works on there. I think there's like some dots at the top or something, and you can get to a like button that way. I'm not sure. Maybe someone else can tell you how to do that. Honestly, I'm not sure. Sorry about that. The three dots in the top right says Mars Queen. Miraloma in the house. Got the three dots. I am, bro, doing well. That's right. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, H-Bomb. Three dots top right, he says. How long have I been growing the bread? The beard? That's probably, I don't know, maybe 8 months to a year or so. Push the X on the chat and you should see it under the video, says Ramona, as far as smashing that like button, guys. Thank you, Mona. I appreciate that. You guys are the heartbeat of this channel. Without you guys providing technical support, I'm not very good at this stuff. So, I just get on here and try to tell a story that's entertaining and maybe help some people with some issues they're going through. Life is rough. Okay, Q says, I've been growing it for like 8 months. Luca was born and it was short. Okay. Gamer C. I might have to send a torpedo for you, homie. Asking all these way out questions. I ain't touching that one, Q. He says he's tall, cuz. Looks like Gamer C got put on a timeout because he was being a naughty boy. With those weird comments. I don't know. Some people ain't got nothing better to do, I guess, than to just get on here and troll. Ask some weirdo shit, Where did the G and Joel beef come from? I don't know. I think after Mopar left, G found a new friend there. I don't know, guys. Why don't you tell us? Yep. A little boy trying to act grown. Uh-huh. That's right. Yeah, sorry. It's kind of shaky, but yeah, I took this live outside. It was kind of hot in there, and I was having some technical difficulties. So, uh, Joel says, Bobby, tell G I want to make a truce because I almost finished it. I'm not going there. We're gonna keep it PG. Purely gangsta. Yahoo says, bro, what's behind you? It's the wall to my garage. I'm sitting on a chair outside. G says, I made the call. Made the call to who, G? To time somebody out? Good job, homie. Did you get the wheeler or what? Put it in motion? Trip on this, guys. I was at work yesterday. Here's a story for you guys. This brought back memories. My God. So I'm at work yesterday, and I go to pull a trailer. So I go to pull a trailer out, right? And there's a container next to the trailer I'm pulling, and we have these locks that you put on the trailer so that not just anybody can come and hook up and pull the trailer out, when there's people working in there. So, I go to pull this trailer out, and I go to grab the lock, and
Stormy now. Come here, girl.
And so I go to grab the lock, and there's a shank setting on the edge of the trailer. It's like something straight out of prison,
Oh, Stormy now. Stormy. Come here.
So I grab it, and I'm looking at it. It's probably about 10 to 12 inches long, kind of on the thin side, maybe about a half-inch thick, but it's a nice little piece of metal, and it's all taped up on the other end, got like a nice little handle on it, and it's all rusty and stuff. So I'm standing there looking at it, and I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, I work for a major retail distributor, big box store, I guess you would say, and this isn't something you would normally run across there, So I grabbed this thing. Yeah, pretty much, like if it were a little thicker, I would call it a bone crusher, but like it's kind of on the end. It's not flat. It's like kind of going towards the tip. So I get it, and I scrape it on the ground a couple times to see, how it'll sharpen up. And it started getting a tip right away, and I like touched it in my finger, and I said, "Wow, like that's crazy finding that at work, So there's a homie that works in the yard with me, and I
pull up on him and I'm like, hey, check this out, fool. He's like, damn, that's a good one, fool. That'll hit all the vital organs. He done a bunch of time in the joint, you know what I mean? So he's knowing what's up. And so I put it in my truck, and I'm like, what do I do with this thing? Because where I work, there's a strict no weapons policy. So I call my supervisor and I tell him, hey, I just found this piece out here. What do you want me to do with it? And they got like some trash cans right outside of our office. And he says, just throw it in there, So I put it in there. My first instinct, I was going to bring it home and show it to you guys. But, Q, I'm assuming it was a truck driver that left that thing there. Uh, but, man, that's a trip. And, like, just having that thing in my hand and holding that thing, like, flashed me back, like, wow, like this is like a deadly weapon, basically. And, you wouldn't think having an 8-inch piece of metal or so, about half-inch thick, would be, like you become, like a lot of things that we see in the free world, we don't realize how deadly they can be, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And, just picking that thing up, I was like, wow, like this, in the free world, we have access to so much different things that could be weapons, and this little piece of metal basically could end somebody, it could unalive somebody. And I went and I threw the thing away, and I was glad to throw it away, and it reminded me of how fortunate I am to be in the free world and not in situations like that anymore, where um, you're in your cell and something gets passed under the door with a note saying to kill your Sally type of thing. And, like, fortunately, let me be clear. Fortunately, I was never put in a situation where I needed to do anything like that, but I've heard plenty of stories of where people have been in those situations. And, not only do you have to do that action or basically become considered no good by your people, but if you have a pending release date, you run the risk of, in the cell, like there's no disputing, if your celly's stabbed up and you're the only one in there, like it's not rocket science who did it, right? So, you run the risk of tacking on a life sentence because someone else don't like that guy and says they have to go. And you have this little piece of metal that you need to use on another human being, because that's what the powers that be say, So, yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because that really, like I said, that brought back a lot of memories. And, I'm very fortunate to be out here living in the free world and, sleeping next to my beautiful wife every night and being able to, spend time with my family and earn a living and do, all the things that normal people do. So, yeah, I thought I'd touch on that one. Uh, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and check out my playlist. I have a lot of stories up there about the different county jails. I was in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Los Angeles county jails. I also went to California prison and did some time up there as well. And it's not a great place to be. Growing up, I always figured that I was predestined to go to prison. And, you know, if you think that way, it will come true. Um, there's a lot more to life than doing those sort of things. You know, there's, I heard another YouTuber say this, and I'll repeat it because I think it's worth repeating. Any one of those guys that's in prison doing life with no chance of coming home would trade their life in a heartbeat with you, no matter how bad you think you have it. Because out here, there's opportunity. You know what I mean? And in there, if you got life without parole, it's hopeless. So just thought I would touch on that. And I want to give a shout out again to the moderators, to Ramona, to Q, and to Coco. Uh, you guys really make these lives work, so I appreciate you guys, and shout out to you. And a special shout out to Sexy Latina, because without her, who knows where I would be. I'll probably go live again tomorrow night, and maybe I'll tell the story about when I wrote her the letter telling her to move on with her life. And she told me I was stupid and just finished my prison term and come home, So, uh, anyways, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and check out my playlist. Uh, do me a favor, smash that like button while you're in here. And, everyone have a great rest of your night. Be safe. If you are having drinks, don't drive. And yeah, you know what? We'll do it again tomorrow night. And if for some reason I don't get on tomorrow night, because I know sometimes I don't make it, then I'll be back on Monday night. But yeah, that's going to be it for the night, I guess, guys. Don't look at the mountain, just start climbing.